Hi everyone, it's Shastine, your local real estate agent here in Southwest Washington. And today we are going to look at something that comes up in almost every listing consultation I have. What home projects should I do before I sell? Well, thanks to the just released 2025 Remodeling Impact Report from the National Association of Realtors and the National Association of Remodeling Industry, we now have solid data, not just opinions, to guide those decisions. So, if you've been wondering which home projects are worth your time and money before you sell, this video is your renovation roadmap, minus, of course, the HGTV. And we're going to get after it right now. Now, before you rip out your kitchen for that Pinterest-worthy island, let's hold up, because NAR just released their 2025 Remodeling Impact Report. And spoiler alert, the best return on your investment might actually be your front door. Yeah, the door. Not the dreamy spa bathroom, not the gourmet kitchen with the pot filler. Believe it or not, it's a still door. And if you've watched my video from 2024, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, when I covered the parade of homes, I called it the year of the doors, because builders are absolutely making a big and bold statement using front doors. This might have surprised you, huh? It actually surprised me too. But let's take a look at what other best bang for your buck projects there are that you should know about. NAR and NARI, that's the National Association of Remodeling Industry, they actually teamed up to find out which projects actually pay off when it comes time to sell. And here is what scored the highest in cost recovery. The first one being what I already mentioned, new steel front doors, coming in at 100%, believe it or not. And we're not just talking about an all steel framed door, but more of a steel framed type, like maybe this one, which adds to the home's design. This one actually was in the 2024 GROW Parade of Homes, which obviously emphasizes the fact that builders are keeping up with where the trends are going. The second top contender, well, that's going to be a closet renovation, coming in at 83%. And actually, this one I can actually appreciate personally. The third one that came in was kind of like the first, but it's a fiberglass front door. Came in at 80%, and this one actually shocked me a little bit, but it does have to do more with the product used on it, which means the design and the colors of the door that actually create a totally different appearance. So don't get hung up on that fiberglass name. The next one had everything to do with windows. New vinyl windows came in at 74%. So for those of you that still have the pane windows, you might want to look at changing them. So let's say that you don't want the vinyl windows. Well, that's okay, because the next one that came in right after it is new wood windows at 71%. And this one actually shocked me, because what we're actually seeing here in Southwest Washington is more of black framed windows being a highly sought after add-on. But then again, you have to remember that this report covers the whole US, so it may be a big hit among other areas, but not so much here in Southwest Washington, just so you know. The next one will help a lot of us here in Southwest Washington because, well, we have a lot of basements because we have a lot of hills, and, well, you're going to find some homes that have a lot of basements. And this one actually has to do with basements or attic conversions to living spaces, and it came in at 67 to 71%. And this was a big one, and partly because here in Washington, with the affordability of homes being an issue, we have more people wanting this option to help subsidize or create space for others to combine resources or just more community. The next two are where a lot of us go to when we're looking at doing remodels or renovations to our home. And that, of course, would be minor or full kitchen updates and remodels. That one came in at around 60%. The next one, well, that of course would be bathroom additions. That one came in at 56%. The next one goes right along with the one I just said, and that is a new primary suite being at 54%, meaning more people want their own private bathroom in their primary bedroom. And I always tell people, if you're looking at homes that were built more of 1984 or older, you're not going to have primary bathrooms in the primary bedroom in that type of home. Every now and then you'll get kind of a half bath, meaning a toilet and a sink. If you're lucky, every now and then you might get a shower with that toilet and that sink. But if you want a full primary bathroom, well, you're going to need to look at a newer home, or just like the stat said, be part of that 54% and add one. I seem to be repeating myself because I'm still talking about bathrooms. And that's because, well, here's another one in this lovely lineup, and that is about bathroom renovations. It came in at 50%. Can we notice a pattern now? Yeah, bathrooms are important. And it's not just about the wow factor, it's about practical improvements that make your home feel updated, efficient, and livable. Joy versus resale. What is the balance? Now, there is something called the Joy Score, and that's based on how satisfied homeowners felt after completing the projects that they did. And it's interesting because many of the projects that don't pay off the most financially are the ones that people love the most. So what does this mean? Does it mean that that fancy kitchen might make you giddy every morning while you make your coffee, but you're only getting 60% of your investment back when you sell? So would you upgrade just for resale? Maybe. But if you're planning to live in the home for a while, that Joy Score actually matters too. It's like buying shoes. If they're sparkly and bring you joy, but cost a little more than you'll ever get back, sometimes it's still worth it, right? Well, maybe for us women. But if your goal is resale, then you might want to keep in mind what can get you the most bang for your buck. So why are people remodeling at all then? Let's look at what some of the information tells us. The NAR and NARI survey indicated that 27% wanted to update worn out finishes. And a big one here would be, of course, cabinets and countertops, mainly in the kitchen and the bathrooms. The most affordable way to do this would be to, of course, paint the current cabinets you have and add some knobs. And after all, color cabinets are in. And if you remove the laminate countertops and replace it with maybe a slab granite or quartz or marble, it can actually be very transformational. The next one is, well, that would have to do with aiming for energy efficiency. That came in at 19%, so not so much with solar panels here in Southwest Washington, but here you're gonna see it more with water heaters, furnaces, and windows. That's important here in the Northwest. The next one, well, that one's 18%. We're just ready for a change, AKA HGTV fever, right? A lot of people get in trouble with this one though, so you have to be careful. And another one is 18% were planning to actually sell within the next 2 years. Now that's nearly 1 in 5 people remodeling specifically to prepare their home for the market. And a fun fact, well, 43% of homeowners said remodeling stresses them out. Only 43%. Clearly, they haven't tried painting during pollen season, or actually finding a contractor who will actually return their calls. Only 43%. All kidding aside, want to know what us real estate agents are constantly recommending? It's not always the big stuff. Often it's the little but impactful projects that we will recommend. First one will be painting the whole house, or maybe just a few key rooms. The next one will be a new roof if it's needed. We've seen a lot of deals die because of the roof being at the end of life. The next one will be a fresh, modern front door. Remember that still one we were talking about? More importantly, decluttering and deep cleaning. Yes, it counts, especially when you have a lot of eyes looking at your home. These are the things that make buyers pause, notice, and fall in love. And believe it or not, buyers are really picky. And here's something that sellers should really hear loud and clear. 46% of today's buyers are less willing to compromise on home condition. Translation, they don't want your project home. They want a move-in ready home. And at today's prices, they're kind of getting a little bit more stringent on that. So if your home has an outdated kitchen, a roof that has seen some better days, or a bathroom that screams 1994, you're probably going to hear about it, either in a lowball offer or no offers at all. And that means sellers who invest wisely in the condition and the appearance of their home are far more likely to attract serious buyers and potentially command a stronger price. So what is the key takeaway here? Before you invest thousands in renovations, talk to a local expert like me who knows which projects actually matter in your market and for your home. Every neighborhood is different, and the right advice now could mean more cash in your pocket later. As homes in the U.S. are now on average over 40 years old, remodeling is becoming a more important thing that you need to address more than ever. So whether you're staying or you're selling, with home equity at an all-time high for many homeowners, there's real opportunity to invest in upgrades that actually make sense. And well, that could mean anything from converting an attic into a usable room to something as simple as updating your windows for energy efficiency and better curb appeal, like those black framed windows that we talked about. The smartest way to approach pre-sale renovations is to get tailored advice based on your property, your goals, and your local market. And so if you're thinking about selling in the next year or two and want help deciding which projects will give you the most return, then reach out to your local real estate agent if you're not here in Southwest Washington. And if you actually are, you can certainly reach out to me. I would love to help. I actually work with trusted contractors, stagers, and inspectors to help sellers prep wisely and sell confidently. In fact, that's actually why I started my vendor networking group called Home and Life Vendor Network. And I actually started it with my clients' needs in mind because I wanted to have vendors that were experienced, reliable, affordable, and dependable. Because actually selling a home is more than just putting a sign in the yard. It actually has to do with preparing your home, knowing what to do with your home so that you can maximize your sell. I personally believe that that is what is true value from a real estate agent. We should do a lot more than just putting a sign in the yard. So be sure to like this video and subscribe for more helpful real estate tips, and hit that bell so that you don't miss what's coming next. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you found this video helpful. And until next time, I hope you have a great home buying and selling day.